Well, thank you, first of all. I'm glad you enjoyed the fights, even if they weren't exactly your style. I guess that's one of the subjective things about film. You know, what might look good to me might not look good to you or other people. The biggest thing with, and this is a short film anthology series, this is the second film in the series. The thing with this series is that I just wanted to do stuff that I wanted to do, because I started acting, I started as an actor, and all I was ever told is, as a blonde young woman, all I could ever be was the pretty girl, the model, or the victim. And I thought that was a horrible message to send to young women or women in general, and I wanted to turn that on its head. So that's how this entire universe started, and it's important to me to stick to what I want to do and what I want to see. And then I hope that everybody else enjoys this as well, but I think if you're making things and you're trying to please people, then you're setting yourself up for failure. So I always try and just have fun and love it, and hope everyone else loves it too. Other questions? Yes.
I want to find out who your comic and comedy sketch inspirations are, because you had a lot of slapstick type bits in the comic store and so forth. So who is your inspirations for how to do those?
For me, I always like combining genres. So we are that like horror, action, comedy type of thing. I grew up watching Buffy. I think that's probably obvious too. If you were paying attention to the movie, there's a little Easter egg in there. And also just, she was always my inspiration. So I always loved how Joss Whedon combined humor with the supernatural and with the acting and with the action and all of that. And the same as now, we have Supernatural and we have Teen Wolf, and we have all these shows that are scary and actiony, but they're also funny. And they are always a big inspiration for me.
So, two questions actually. I'm here for the next panel, and so I just watched like the last little tail, and I'm so curious to see like the full thing.
Thank you.
It's awesome. And I'm wondering if there's a place online either for just or watch the film.
Oh, yes, please. Thank you for providing an opportunity for shameless plugs. If you go on YouTube and you search for Svet Studios, which is the logo at the end, SVET Studios. Now, there is a Svet Studio. That's not us. Okay, Svet Studios. Or if you just search like Svet Studios Dinner Movie or something, that'll come up. So we are on YouTube. This film is not up yet just because we were screening here, so we couldn't release it yet. We will be releasing this film sometime in August, so very soon, but you can see the first film in the series, so it started, which is called Dinner. So we started with Dinner and we moved on to Breakfast, and the third film in the universe is in post-production right now, so the next one is coming. It's an anthology series, like I said, so please, yes, find us on YouTube, find us on Facebook, DINNERVERSE, so get it, Dinner Movie Universe, DINNERVERSE. Please like us, Facebook us, YouTube us, all of that stuff. Oh, and you have a second question.
I just graduated from school, so like in our classes, we generally had like very delineated roles, like direct presentation business. We have really much opportunity to direct and like all at the same time. And so as I'm approaching my first project where I'm directing and producing I'm sort of a bit intimidated with the idea of like having to also be controlling all of the stuff, and then I'm doing the research that's making it easier on the director and like where those hands points. And I'm wondering like what support you got from your crewmates to help you like direct, produce, and star as well to make all those things.
Well, support is key, and I mean, you said it yourself. You got to have a team that you can put your faith in and that you trust completely, and you know that they're going to do a great job. That's the only way to juggle those multiple hats and all of that stuff. Yeah. Any questions for everybody else? Because they're all just hanging out here, and I'm monopolizing the conversation. Any? Okay. So, well, I will talk about their awesome work. Oh, yes.
Just for the gentleman who produced the music, what kind of genres do you normally handle and produce?
Well, I try to view myself as well-rounded. Try to get to the film. I have a background in folk music, singer-songwriter stuff. More recently, I've got a BA in music, based mostly contemporary classical, electronic. Bringing all that stuff together is kind of my focus.
Okay. I just heard some can only describe it as a synth wave at the end, so I didn't know if that was.
Yeah, actually, the music at the end was done by a different producer, I think a friend of Alex's. I'm working my way toward that kind of, EDM quality, with the orchestral and all the other stuff in the first half of the film is on mine.
Very cool.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. The film was scored to picture a lot of the time, and then all the EDM electronic music, that was unreleased previously anywhere. We had exclusive usage of that. Okay, one more question. Make it a good one.
How did you come up with your choreography and decide which weapons?
Well, we had a stunt choreographer, that's very important, and I'm sure the next panel will talk about that, but if you're ever doing stunts in a new film, just make sure you're doing them safely and, don't die. But if you watch the first film in the series, you'll see what we did there, and there was a lot of weapons of opportunity. So in this case, even though they're not connected in that sense, you can watch them in any order. I wanted to make sure that we were doing something different and really raising the stakes, so I trained with our stunt choreographer for I'm gonna say probably 4 or 5 months, just to make sure. And I have a black belt in karate. I have a background in stunts and action, but I wanted to make sure that I knew how to use all the weapons safely, but also to look like I knew what I was doing. Because that's the worst thing when you see an actor handling a prop and you can tell that they don't know anything about it.
Thank you guys so much. And on behalf of Comic-Con International, we do have a certificate of appreciation for you.